Is this actually recording? Yes, it is. Hello. Welcome to my day one of Vlogmas. This is Distance Stitches. Kinda. Sue and I are both recording our own because obviously it's not that easy to get together. And my time management skills in my personal life are pretty much nil. So my ability to record daily is not happening. So it is the 3rd of December, Sunday the 3rd of December. So it is the first Sunday of Advent. So that's my goal, is to record for each Sunday of Advent, because the wonderful Sue gave me a Advent calendar for the 4 Sundays. So that's what I'm doing. Now, I've already actually opened this because I recorded this like 45 minutes ago and then fed the pug and sat down to edit it and realized that both the sound and the video were iffy at best. It was annoying and didn't work well. So we're redoing this with a different camera because I'd gotten a new camera to record with, but unfortunately I have an old laptop, and no matter what the compatibility said, not so much. Now I need to make this quick-ish because my heater will kick back on because I had to turn it off to record, or down. Hello, sir. You didn't want up earlier, and now I have stuff in my lap. He's just looking at me like, what? As you can tell, my tree is still bare because my mother came over yesterday to help me decorate it, and my wonderful father came with her to pull all of my Christmas stuff out of the storage locker, and then when he went off and did his thing in the afternoon, and Mom and I put up my old tree and realized that there was issues with it. It had lights kind of on the bottom and partially on the very top of it, and nothing else. And it's an old tree. I'd been wanting a new one because I wanted a bigger tree anyway. So we went out to Canadian Tire and got a new tree and wandered around Canadian Tire and did some other stuff and never actually got around to decorating it. So that will happen this week at some point. All of the ornaments are on the shelving unit behind the camera. But that's not what you're here for. You'll eventually see some of the ornaments on here because I have a few that are the new ones that I've picked up at various craft fairs that we've gone to. And by we, I mean Sue and I. So on to the Advent portion of things. I love the pom-poms of these. So that is one of the things she got me. Because there's 2 ornaments to be hung on the tree. There was actually 3 ornaments, and this is ornament number 2. And it is, all of the white is actually sparkly. It just isn't showing up very well in the camera. Hi, how's it going? I have all of the tissue paper off to the side of my chair and didn't pick it up. Probably should have. I'll have to show pictures of the bottom of the tree. I got one of those tree rings because Gadget always sleeps under my Christmas tree because I have a fluffy, fully machine washable tree skirt, or I did. But I didn't want him sleeping under the tree anymore because there's the potential to knock it over, especially with the larger tree. So I got a tree, one of those tree collar things, and he's not impressed because his fluffy bed under the tree is not there anymore. He can't get under there. So those are the 2 of the 3 ornaments, and the third one was this snow globe, but it is heavy enough that it is not going on the tree. I have been known to put heavy ornaments on my trays. I just secure them to branches, but that's heavy enough and, breakable because I'm in an apartment tower with concrete floors. We're putting that on the table. So that and bead mat, which will be very useful because I've been doing a lot of beading recently, which will show up in future episodes because a lot of it has been gifted. So there's pictures and whatnot, but I'll do that the next episode. Really, that's what we're gonna do. Hi, come here. Pug shot. The old man does not like getting picked up very much. Where did... I am missing something. Oh, I'm missing the chocolate. Because, what's an Advent without chocolate? And because of allergies, Sue had asked me, what I can have, what I want for chocolate, what my preferences are, and I'm like, okay, well, it has to be basically pure chocolate, and it can't have this laundry list of stuff in it, and I keep moving things, and he keeps stepping on them, and it makes noise, so I'm sorry, but essentially M&Ms are kind of my safe chocolate. When in doubt, I can eat M&Ms. I can't have Smarties anymore, which is really annoying, but I can have M&Ms. And I think I can have all of them because I think the only nut ones are peanuts, and I can have peanuts. And then there's yarn because there's yarn. These are both bamboo from Universal Yarns, and I don't know what I'm doing with them yet, but I will figure something out because these are soft and fluffy and need to be something interesting. And as you can tell from the top, and a lot of my clothing that I wear and a lot of stuff that I've knit, purple happens to be one of my favorite colors. My brand new wheelchair, which has finally arrived, is bright purple. Because of course it is. And is being made more purple because it needs reflective tape and stuff put on it, and I'm not going to put construction Dayglow orange. No. I found purple. So that's... Oh, right, and this. I knew there was something else. Something sparkly. Candle holder. So that is the Advent from Sue. Like I said, I opened it earlier, so that was why. And then I started a cast on for my December knitting project, my Christmas cast on. And this is West Yorkshire Spinners. It's their Christmas colorway for this year. Or it might be their regular Christmas colorway. I'm not 100% sure. But it's, as you can see, wonderful self-striping. I do love this stuff. I've knit with it before. This is, I think, only the second ball I've gotten. Because someone had sent me some from England prior to it being available here. And I got this at my local yarn store while I was shopping for the last of Sue's Advent, actually. And I've been carrying it around in this bag from Artbayana, which some of you might recognize from her Instagram feed, because this was from one of her most recent updates, because it has, no, wrong finger, this side, Christmas bugs. Because I've said it before, a good way to get me interested in something, put pugs on it. I have theme. And anyone who's watched for any length of time, especially the solos that I was doing when I was living in Southern Ontario, you will have seen the psychedelic pug picture that I have. It hasn't gone up yet, but it will. I have to finish. It's why the walls are still plain, is I'm in the middle of renovations and my walls all have to get spackled and painted. And that hasn't gotten done yet, so I haven't really hung much. Some things have gotten hung, but the pug picture is still in its packing crate from when I moved, from when it was packed in March. June. It was packed in June. Although I think it might have been packed before then, because most of my house was packed up in March when I sold it. And I mean, anyone who's watched me knit for any length of time knows that I don't knit magic loop, except these are on magic loop. And why, you ask? Because I'm going to a hockey game on Tuesday. I'm going to see the Ottawa Senators play the Jersey Devils, I think. I don't remember. It's the December 5th home game. So if anyone's a fan, they'll know who they're playing. I'll know it when I see I don't really follow hockey. I don't really understand hockey. I know shoot, score. I get that much. I mean, I'm Canadian. I've played ball hockey. I've never actually played ice hockey, but I've played ball hockey, street hockey before. I'm a much better goalie than I am anything else, but I don't really understand the game. I like watching them with other people, but I'm Canadian, so I do actually know how to name all of the teams from especially if I see their logo, I can name all of the teams. But I don't remember who the Sens are playing. So we're going to see that on Tuesday. But they don't like sharp, pointy objects in the sports arenas these days. No idea why. But I figured I will put these on a pair of Cirques. It also means that because my hand spasm, it means that if my hand spasms while I'm watching the game and I flick a needle, I'm not, impaling somebody on the back of the head with a signature. This is attached by a cord. So I've just been knitting on it like this, just to get used to it again. I've also been attempting to go back to the fully Irish cottage knitting that I learned a while back, just because it is a little bit easier than the kind of flick method that I had been doing. A little bit easier on my hands. So we'll see how that goes. So far I have actually knit this whole thing with this method. And I mean, as you can see, I'm getting pretty decent at it. If you start to hear tinking, it's because Gadget has gone off to see if there are any molecules left in his food bowl. Because the poor boy is 15 and having gastro issues. We won't get into it. But it does mean that he is getting chicken and rice with regularity these days, as per the vet's instructions, to help with said gastro issues. And I mean, he's enjoying this. He's loving the fact that, oh boy, I get chicken and rice for dinner. But it does mean he spends like the next half hour to 45 minutes afterwards snuffling his bowl, snuffling the kitchen, snuffling me, because generally I feed him and then feed myself. So he will come to find out what I'm eating and if he can have any of that. But he hunts for molecules. Hello, sir. Why don't you go have a nap? Probably because I'm in a weird spot because I don't normally sit over here. And I'm also talking. So I might be doing something interesting. So that's it. That is, like I said, today is Sunday, the 3rd of December. There's no pictures of me out and about just because, like a lot of other people, I have a very boring life. My excitement for this weekend was going to the Canadian Tire with my mother to pick out a new Christmas tree. That was the big thing. So we'll see if I can figure out how to insert a couple of pictures of like the Santa display and the giant Christmas tree at my local mall, which is where I go to wander around and get a bit of exercise and get out of the house, because the weather is not the best for someone with joint issues to be out walking around, because I am a fall hazard and I would rather not do that. So I go to the mall and I basically do what a lot of elderly people do, and I mall walk, because why not? Also, the mall has heating and interesting clothing and shoes, sparkly shoes, lots of sparkly shoes. Actually, not as much sparkly shoes as I thought there would be. But, and this is now rambling, so we will stop for today because this is not a full-on episode. It is just a quick little thing. And I will see you all later. I don't know when I will record, like if I will record again before next Sunday. I know Sue is doing the dailies. She's doing like quick little ones daily. But like I said at the beginning, I'm not that organized. So I will, if nothing else, see you next Sunday to open my day 2. Because I'm, like I said, my Advent is the 4 Sundays. So, have a good day.